Hello, Nintendo Star Power here, and welcome to the first episode of NSP News, where I talk about video game news and give my opinion on all that good stuff. E3 is coming up pretty soon, and there's a lot of big talk about a lot of consoles, a lot of good games coming out, and there's also been predictions of what's going to be there. And I've done my research, and now I'm going to tell you what's going to probably be there, hopefully be there, and my opinions on it. Let's start with Nintendo. Everybody knows that the Wii U is gonna be showcased in it. But what are we expecting? Last year's E3, we didn't even know what was going to be. Was it just going to be an add-on? Was it going to be just a new controller? Or what is it going to be? It is obviously a new console. The Wii U is trying to get as high as the PS3 and the 360 with in the graphics situation. And I hope that the graphics and them able to making it better and better doesn't get to Nintendo's head. It's never has, but it could. A lot of time has passed. I hope the games that they're going to be making for the Wii U is still just as good as the Wii or any predecessors like GameCube, 64, Super Nintendo. I hope all of that, all of the good graphics is not going to screw up the gameplay. And there was talk about a new Super Smash Bros. Obviously really going to be released for the Wii U. It's getting talked about. They're gonna make it and they're just starting. It's not gonna be released until sometime next year. But there's just gonna be talk about it. There's not gonna be any trailers, there's not gonna be any gameplay videos. It's not that far into the development to actually put that into it. It's still just getting drawn out pretty much. There hasn't been a lot of talk about any more games from Nintendo, but there might be some surprises in E3. Now let's talk about Sony's. There has been talk again about a new console for them. It's called the PS4 original, right? There's nothing leading to the conclusion of, hey, we're gonna release this. Some online sources say that it's gonna be it is getting thought of, and it's gonna have a registry where you have to register your games, and it could only be played on that system that you have. So if that is true, even though I know it's probably not, because Sony has still not really got to making a PS4, if that is true, their sales are going to go down a bunch. There's not going to be renting games, there's not going to be borrowing games from friends. There's going to be too much work. All they want to do is pop in the game and play it. I don't want to freaking do a fucking survey just so I can freaking even test out a game, let alone play it. If this is true, they're probably doing it because of money. That's usually what Sony likes to worry about, but their developers are really good in making the games. And now the Vita might have some say in the conference. We're not sure yet though. They're probably going to try to sell it more than it has been because their sales haven't really gone up. And the only reason the 3DS has a lot of sales is because Nintendo fans are loyal, and they would like to see what can be made for that system, even though a lot of them were remakes. Star Fox 3D, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, Super Mario Land 3D, and then the original games are not too good. So the Vita hasn't been getting good sales. Hopefully they're gonna bring home the sales. Now let's talk about Microsoft. Microsoft has not been talking anything. They're literally keeping it there's no talk about it. At least not what I've seen. The only things I can really think of that they might have is a new console There's been talk about a new console called the 720. Maybe? They haven't really confirmed that, so. And probably new add-ons for the Kinect, or just new games. There's not going to be a lot of system enhancements. There's probably just going to be a lot of new games. Like Sony, there's not going to be too much system enhancements. There's just going to be talk about new games. So apparently, Nintendo is the only one actually trying to get higher with the whole system thing. But E3 might amaze us, and they might have something else prepared for us. You never know. I think that Nintendo is going to have the best conference. They're going to just slightly talk about a new Super Smash Bros. Game. Everybody's going to go off the hinges. It's been 7 years since Brawl came out, and that's still getting played. I got 400 something hours on that. It's crazy. Melee is still getting played. I still play all 3 of them. They're all really fantastic games. One's just slightly better than the other. Graphics and then just modes and how they come at it. Anyway, Sony's press conference is a little iffy. I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but I'm probably gonna like it more than Microsoft. Microsoft, I've never really liked them in the first place with their system, but they might amaze me, but I didn't like the Kinect. But I hope that it's gonna be a good year for gaming. See who comes out on top this year. I am rooting for Nintendo, but I'm probably gonna root for Nintendo every year. I like Sony, but Nintendo, I think, is better. So that's about it. E3 thoughts. So till next time, Nintendo Star Power, signing out.